All right, Gravity Talks, after the talk.
Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? We're back one more time tonight. I know it's getting late, but we got to have that after talk. What we just had was heavy, so we're just here to just kind of just review a little bit of it, I got to take it in, and watch it again later myself so I can kind of go back and review and reflect on tonight. But it was an awesome show. What do you think, Vicki?
Yes, I think tonight was lit, or was dope, or was bars. What were the terms we were using tonight when something was like that?
Okay, so bars were the words, the letters and the lyrics and stuff, but lit is, I don't know. I'm not an expert at this either, but I know it wasn't all three of those. I do think it was lit, and they spit some great bars. And then what was the other one?
You said it was lit and they spit some great bars, but they were saying bars, like, yeah, like the lyrics, like that was hidden. But I don't know. We're gonna have some.
I said it was some good lyrics, and then they was like, no, there wasn't lyrics. Those was bars. I think that's, I don't know. I don't know. But whatever it was great. It was very great. People were really, really talented. So it was fun.
You know, I'm an MC, you know what I'm saying? People know me, for my lyricism. And so I think bars is like, oh, you spitting bars, like you spitting, you know what I'm saying? Like you rapping. That's what I think it means. MC Vic, what? Y'all follow me. I'm about to, release my demo tape, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to hit me up. Love.
Let's change the subject.
Well, yes. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to After the Talk, where we get a chance to share our thoughts about tonight's segment. We have a special guest with us tonight. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and bring him on in. And, some of y'all may know him as Mr. Jazz. Others may know him as Mr. Healthy Minds. So let's see. Mr. Jhazmere, a.k.a. Mr. Healthy Minds. How you doing, sir?
What's good? What's going on?
Hey.
What's good, son?
I'm good, son. Good evening.
Oh, boy. Everybody's sons now. Okay.
So what you think about tonight?
Oh, man, tonight was awesome. I feel like tonight was dope. It was fantastic. It was everything we needed. Everything we needed. Yeah.
Share a little bit. What they say? Expound on that. Well, no. First of all, tell the people a little bit about who you are and what you do, sir.
Okay. My name is Jhazmere Preston, also known as Mr. Healthy Minds. You can check out my website, Mr. Healthy Minds with a Z, or Mr. Healthy Minds with a S.com, or you can check me out on Instagram. That's Mr. Healthy Minds with a Z. I'm a psychotherapist. I've been in the field for 18 years. I have my own agency. I'm founder and CEO of Mentor Raising Mentor Behavioral Health Services. I've been a fully licensed therapist for about a year and a half now. So with my agency, we service individuals for individual therapy, group therapy, family therapy. We do parenting skills training and anger management. And I'm also an author of Healthy Minds. I've been doing that for the past year. And the title of the book is called Healthy Mind, A Colorful Guide, Volume 1. Hey, you got the book. Hey!
You went so calm, and then you just went lit, just like, oh, hey.
That's also a tool to help kids succeed in school, in the community, with their social contact, and also at home with dealing with some issues that may be dealing with, and helping parents to understand those issues that may be going on at home and give them solutions to dealing with their children. So yeah, that's what we're working on. That's
what's up, son.
I think that's great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So again, you tuned in tonight. What was your favorite part about tonight's show? We had DJ Scratch. You know what I'm saying? We had.
Oh man, when they spit the bars, I'm an artist as well. So when they spit the bars, that was That was awesome for me. But one of the most significant parts for me was when they actually talked about mental health, connecting mental health with hip hop. You know, again, hip hop is a way of life. It's a culture. It's how we walk. It's our dialect, our language. You know, how we dress, how we go out there and communicate with others. You know, it's part of our culture. It's in our blood. So hip hop is a part of us, and they were right. Hip hop is definitely a part of us, and rap is how we transfer our culture. You know, how we communicate and send messages about our culture through instrument, through music, and putting our thoughts into words. You know, that's rapping. So that was a dynamic part of the show as far as how we express ourselves. And I feel like in mental health, it's important that we know how to express ourselves and express ourselves in a healthy way. You know, so getting that message out was awesome for me. You know, hip hop cultivates a level of consciousness and empowerment through words and instruments. So I feel like this was an excellent segment to talk about.
That's what's up. Because I like what you said about the culture and again how influential it is, and you know, down to how we dress and how we flow. You know, I see you with the polo low on. You know what I'm saying?
I got to represent for hip hop.
Man, I got my joint buttoned up to the top. You know what I'm saying? What? You know, that's that flow. That's that flow. You know what I'm saying? And it's what's the word? It's contagious. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can't help but get into the vibe of it, and you know, and it ends up reflecting in you because it's light. You know, it's light. So that's what's up. Okay.
And another thing y'all pointed out was I think y'all said something about Logic too.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I did some research, and Logic has a song he performed. What is it? The 1-800-273-8255
line number. Yeah.
Right. So in 2017 at the VMAs MTV Awards, calls went up 50%.
Wow.
50%, and also he performed it in 2018 at the Grammys, and the calls tripled. So so that right there is proof that mental health needs to be talked about in music. You know, because one thing I love about music connecting hip hop and mental health is also it's relatable, right? So a lot of the consumers hear the artist and hear what they're going through and say, I'm going through the same thing. So it's all relatable. You know, it provides it's relatable to many ethnic minorities and disenfranchised youth, right? Yeah. So when they hear this, they say, oh, they went through that too. I understand that. You know, and we can provide solutions through music.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about hip hop. It builds a connection.
I like that because we shared about how, you know, music is probably one of the main industries or ways to connect ethnicities and just connect the world. You know, right. I think music, and I think sports is another one too. It seems like there's no color, it's colorblind. Right. Sense of, you know, the messages that people get through or the feelings people get when they hear the music. And like you said, it's about, I may not remember what you said, but I remember how it made me feel.
Another piece of that is when, I don't know, I think it was the DJ. I think it was DJ Scratch, right? And he was talking about how when you go in a club and you vibing and music makes you forget about the things that you were dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You were struggling. Maybe you were struggling with anxiety. Maybe you were struggling with depression at one point, but you in the club, or you can be at home. Because I know with this pandemic, when I was listening to DJ Nice, he got me through. Shoot, he got my mother through. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
My mom was sipping on wine, talking about something. Hey, you hear that? You hear that? So I mean, the vibe was great, and I just want to say that's also a part of mindfulness, being in the here and now, right? And so when you can hear that music and it can bring back nostalgia, and you thinking of a time and a place where you felt good and you felt like being when you were young and you were around family and that good feeling, and you dancing and you vibe and you forget about your worries for a time being. I feel like it's a place. Hip hop is a place of escape temporarily, especially when you're dealing with a lot of issues that you have going on in your everyday life.
I like what you said, because one song that every time I hear, especially when the seasons change.
Summertime.
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 Oh, what? You could tell me I'm like chilling in the car, they spend all day waxing. What?
That's my joint. That's my joint. You play that summertime. Look, when you play summertime, you already know it's summer.
It's summer.
Right? Bring out the shorts. Let's get the cookouts popping. It's summertime.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And when they showed, like in the video, when they said something about the family spending as a family reunion, and it shows the uncle like dancing with his
right. While the old folks dancing at the family reunion.
Everybody has that uncle or that granddaddy or that dad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're right. It makes you feel something. How does it put you back into that time and place?
Yes.
When life is different, when life might have been a little lighter, or it could have been heavier. But a lot of times, I think music is a great marker to where you are in your journey. You know what I'm saying? It's either gonna make you reminisce and smile, or it might make you reminisce and cry. But either way, it surfaces those emotions and those feelings. So that's what's up. I like that. That's so okay.
So on the flip side of that, since y'all just now letting me talk, I had to slide.
trying to phase you out, trying to phase you out.
Nobody let me say nothing.
You know what I mean? Get in where you fit in.
You don't want straight thugged on me tonight. It's okay. It's all right, y'all. Bring her back, please. Who are you tonight? So I was talking with a parent 3 days ago. Son wants to be a rapper.
Okay.
And also wants to do just do it for a little while and then open up his own business and move forward. But he knows, he wants to do it because he's really talented, but he doesn't want it to be the rest of his life. And so and they were just asking my advice. And I said, well, perhaps, smoking marijuana might be a good way to, stop smoking marijuana might be a good start. And
okay. I was confused at first, but go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I was like,
I said it wrong, y'all. I'm not encouraging it. At the bottom of the ain't letting me talk for a long time. So you gotta excuse me now. I had to wake up. And so I said, well, maybe let's start with not smoking marijuana. And the mom actually was like, well, that's a part of the culture. And so, that's just something that he needs to do. And I didn't know what to say. I was like, wow, really? It's like, yeah, that you gonna rap, that's what you do. And I was like,
not necessarily.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to know your thoughts about that.
I think it's a preference. I think if that's what you do to get by, and if that's what you do to escape again, that's what you do. But I don't think it's part of the culture. I just think that's a preference. So you don't necessarily have to be a smoker to be an MC or to be a successful rapper. You can be as sober as you want to be and be a successful rapper. It's not going to make you successful or unsuccessful. I believe it's just a preference. And as a therapist, I feel as though if you have an addiction to smoking marijuana or doing any type of drugs, maybe you should reach out to somebody or a professional who can assist you with overcoming that challenge.
And I think too, like Jazz mentioned, it may be a preference, but I think that it's a stereotype.
Right.
I think what you just mentioned is more of a stereotype associated with the culture. I'm not knocking those that do and those that don't. But it depends on how old this child is too. I mean, it's not appropriate. That is what it is.
Right.
But if he is of age, and like you said, that's what helps him get by. Some people take it for medicinal purposes. We don't know the whole backdrop to that, but. Right. I think it's more so when she mentioned that statement, I think it's more of a stereotype.
Right.
just wanted, because a lot of times when people think of hip hop, they do kind of think of certain things. And, it's sad because that's not the case for everybody. So I just wanted to kind of get your take on that. So.
And so as well as the good, I like to also add some of the negatives, right? So I like to go into that real quick. Hip hop can also be, you have positive, then you have negative, right? I mean, that's in everything. It's balance. So you have detrimental messages like the champagne theory, champagne popping, promoting sex, drugs, alcohol exposure, and material consumption. You have some individuals who feel like if I'm not doing this, then I'm not cool enough. Or if I don't have this material, the fancy car or the chain, then I'm not down, or I'm not connected to what the life that they're living, right? Which can also bring increased anxiety or some sort of depression or disconnect because I feel like I don't belong, right? So you also have to take that into account too when you talk about hip hop. And I would say, in order to avoid that or to be in control of that, you have to know who you are, right? And be comfortable with who you are. Know who you are, and you don't necessarily have to follow what someone else is doing or saying. Know who you are and do what's best for you and healthy for you.
What's also interesting is that, and I was going to bring it up in the earlier segment, but some of the MCs or the rap artists, like we said, they may not have lived the life that they rap about.
Right.
But they still connecting. They still connect with people, or they still got the hook that connects with people. And maybe they've heard of stories. Maybe they knew someone who did live that life or was about that life. But it's interesting because, again, it shows that artistry could still come from someone who may not have a direct connection per se to the situation, but they can rap about it. I guess it's no different than people who write fictional books.
Right. Hip hop provides imagery.
Yeah.
Right. So if that individual connects with that imagery, that picture that's being painted, then they say it's relatable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow, that's deep. It's just amazing how hip hop is so influential. And I mean, music in general, period. But when you break it to the genre of hip hop, it's like it's just a culture all of its own, and it influences so many different ethnic groups and just areas like Scratch mentioned. When you go overseas and stuff, the concerts are filled with people who don't even speak English.
Right. Who definitely appreciate the culture.
They know all the words of the song.
Right. Let me tell you something. What tripped me out? Now I might get my black card revoked. I don't know. So please don't do it like that. What tripped me out is I think it was Tom Hanks's wife when she knew during the COVID. Well, she knew all the lyrics to OPP.
Yeah.
Bugged me out because I don't even know all the lyrics to OPP. I was like, she knew that stuff verbatim. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, it tripped me out. But that's just the power of the culture,
Yeah, it's the power of the culture. It's very influential. And like you said, down to the swag, when you look at the gear, the clothes, the hairstyle.
Always been. I remember back in the day.
At least two pair.
At least two pair. I remember back in the day. I see you, Miss Vicky. I see you. When I was in middle school, right? Cash rules everything around. Method Man had the toothbrush in his mouth. Everybody, was rocking the toothbrush in the mouth. Hip hop had
the Tim boots and the one leg rolled up.
The LL style. Hip hop had us wearing cleats in school. Like cats wasn't even playing sports. They was just wearing cleats in school. Like that's what I love about the culture, man. I mean, if the power of it, if you use it correctly, you can influence a generation upon generation upon generation. So what's happening now is a lot of rappers now are talking about therapy, right? Mental health. You have your Jay-Z's. At one point Jay-Z was against therapy, but he quoted and he said, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it at first because it made me face my demons. It made me look at myself and say, oh wow, I see that reflection of myself that I need to change or fix, right? You have, and they were in couples therapy for their marriage. So that was a component of mental health therapy that they needed to save their marriage, to get some things in order. Then you have artists like Big Sean, who's been, loud about his depression and things of that nature. You have Kid Cudi, Logic. You have so many different artists who are actually coming out now saying, hey, I have somebody I talk to on different platforms. You have Charlamagne the God, who talks about receiving therapy every Tuesday. Yeah. Taraji P. Henson. You have these artists from different genres who are coming out and saying, hey, I need someone to speak to help me get through my day to day. So and mental health is becoming broad.
And because of the status that a lot of the artists hold, it helps other people understand and saying, hey, it's okay not to be okay. Even though Lady Gaga's not necessarily hip hop, but when she also came out and shared her truth about mental health and her journey in mental health and mental illness, I think it also opened up a lot of eyes as well, because Lady Gaga, who's a superstar, sharing her truth about what she has gone through in her journey. So Mariah Carey,
right.
So I think that to meet people where they are, and especially this young generation that is so in tune and hip to rap and hip hop, I think that it's important that we seize the opportunity and use that to be able to meet them where they are and help get them connected to the resources that are available out here.
Definitely, because I'll be honest with you, until I actually stepped foot in the field, I never understood the different dynamics of mental illness. And coming from my background, you had an issue, you just either dealt with it or you didn't. You held it in. You didn't have anybody to necessarily talk to who will understand you. And as I got into this field, I was like, wow, that's bipolar. That's depression. That's PTSD. And a lot of us experienced that growing up, especially
the boys. What was it? It was not the Ghetto Boys.
The Ghetto Boys. Right.
I mean, come on now. That's schizophrenia right there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? When you even think about certain songs, ghetto love is the law that we live by. Yeah. Day by day, I wonder why my shorty had to die. Like, looking at that.
Shorty.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you look at that scenario, that picture that was painted in that video, think about how many people have experienced something like that.
Right.
That you're connected to in your environment, in your community, right? And had no one to speak to, nobody to talk to, to release that energy.
It was so taboo.
Right.
Again, we go back into the stigma about mental health. It was a sign of weakness or a sign of you just tripping, you know what I'm saying? Get over it, you be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's no, really, I need some help. No, I don't feel normal. I don't feel like myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think a lot of times just to have that song was almost like their therapy. What was that when they poured it 40 to the homies?
It's just homies.
They do that. They pour it in. They
my homies.
Hey, they good drinking now. Okay.
Or even when you think about Mother's Day roll around, and what's another famous hip hop song?
Dear Mama.
Live. R.I.P.
When I was young, my mama had me.
Come on now.
Years old, kicked out.
Yes, Dear Mama. Those are songs that resonate, and again, that feeling, it brings up that feeling whether your mama's still with you or not.
Right.
It meets people where they are. You know what I'm saying? It's like a toolbox. People can pull music or pull the lyrics for what they need at the time in their life that they need it.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's dynamic.
I also think that I think sometimes music can hype us up too, And
it can work.
It can hype us up in a negative way, turn it up and you.
Yeah, because when you playing that, I'm down for my. I'm down for my.
We ready?
We ready. You know what I'm saying? Hey. So when you
y'all
when
calm
you play
down.
that type of music, it gives you that energy, right?
Yeah, it does. And you never you fight still. I don't know. They do stuff, but that's what I'm saying. You know, I just want to bring that up. That's all.
I just want to bring one more out there. You know what I'm saying? Here's another rap artist, female. You know what I'm saying? And I think all the girls was like, "You want to bumble with the B, huh?" Bzzz. Like everybody was like, you had a different swag when you came up in the club and they was playing that. You was like, "What? You want to rumble with the B?"
Miss Vicky, let me find out you was in the club with the Timbs on.
Come on, what? I've been saved all my life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let me ask you this, and then we're gonna let you spit. This is what's gonna happen. So I sometimes watch ratchet reality TV.
Okay. Love and hip hop.
Yeah, I don't want to ask the question. So can you just respond?
Okay.
Yeah, just respond.
So you said you have a thing with what, ratchet reality shows?
No, I said I ain't got no thing with it. I do like to watch the reunions sometimes, you know.
And they get to fighting.
No,
Okay.
no. I just want to see what they got on because I don't know what, you know, and all of those things. So, but you know, what's with that? They're making it up, and then at the demonstration, they've arrived at a certain place in life. Right. And you know, they're getting where a lot of young people or middle-aged people are still aspiring to be, and they've gotten there. And right. Then the display of the stuff that we see is like,
it's crucial. It's crucial, and I mean, I really have no response for that. I mean, it's entertainment, you know, and I hope a lot of people, the people who are watching it, the consumers, can understand that's just entertainment, and it's not everybody, and it's not everybody in hip hop, you know. And it's wrong to, I would say it would be wrong to generalize, right? Mm-hmm. You know, that right there and say that's everybody, or that's everybody involved in hip hop, you know, because that's not true, you know. And that's just like when you walk outside when you talk to a customer service rep, you want to give Sprint a bad name or T-Mobile a bad name because of the rep that you talk to, but that's not everybody at the call center. That's not everybody that represents the organization, right? So you just have to take that with a grain of salt and just say, hey, that's just entertainment, and that's what they choose to do. Again, and it's based off your preference if you want to watch it or not. But to think that that's everybody, like Miss Vicky said, that's like stereotype in a way.
Right. And you know, some of them, I think it is their truth. I think it is their environment. Mm-hmm. I think all of us have been through certain stages in life, but we have been able to transition through those. Some people may just be not necessarily stuck, but some people may still be in it. Right. You know, and right. That's just how they flow, because, you know, a lot of times we look at people or hear people who reference certain situations and we're like, why are they jumping so high over that? You know what I'm saying? But it's because we've been able to transition on to a different level in life where it doesn't rub us wrong like that anymore. Where some right. people get stuck and they just rah, 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 and it's very animated right. and very passionate. And not to say that they're wrong, but that's just where they are at that time still.
Right. Right, definitely. And I will also say, taking it a step further, I've learned not to judge or say much about a situation I don't know too much about. Yeah. Because a person may be reacting and you never saw that person being poked. You know? Yeah. You didn't see that. You didn't see that part. All you saw is the response. So, you know, you have to get the full story in detail before you can, you know, weigh an opinion. So
that's a great point. Yeah. That's a great point. Because, you know, like you said, reality TV is just like that, reality TV.
Right.
And they want to get the ratings up, so they're going to show the parts that's going to get people engaged and want to watch the show.
Right, exactly.
Beforehand, they said something about somebody's mama, and that's why they really ready to go ham on when they get on the stage. Right. This person just being off the hook or ratchet, but we don't know what was the trigger for them before. Correct. You know.
Correct. And not to mention, you don't know if these individuals have a mental illness or some sort of diagnosis that they're dealing with. You know, they may have an explosive disorder. So You say something that triggered them, and they react.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. Again, people don't know that. So I just think it's about being informed, you know. But again, it's preference. If you like, you know, people like to watch it, you know, couple bottles upside the head. People like that stuff. I, you know,
Like that, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Mr. Healthy Minds. As far as what's going on now, you know what I'm saying, with the pandemic, the societal unrest, and all that stuff that we're working our way through and living through. How do you think the culture can continue to support us as a people?
as far as the hip hop culture,
Yes.
continuing to get the word out as far as mental health support, you know. One thing I did love that they talked about on this show is not forgetting the people who got you to where you are. You know, that's important. Sometimes fans or supporters feel forgotten.
Yeah.
So also reaching back, you know, commenting back, replying back, and also, like I said, just pointing, you know, individuals, consumers in the right direction when it comes to mental health professionals. You know, encouraging those who are dealing with issues to seek help. And just getting engaged, continuing to use these platforms, social media, things that we're doing right now, these Zoom experiences, so we can be informed on a day-to-day, because there's a lot going on in the world that the news is not going to talk about, or they tend to block out because they don't want us to know. So if we have some information, it needs to be shared, and what better way to share it than on the platform that we use every day. Sometimes we use this platform for frivolous things, but we can actually use it to make a difference.
Yeah. I like what you said about that, because one of the things we mentioned with DJ Scratch is about how they hosted those live sets, and how, you know, like you said, your mom was, you know, drinking her wine and enjoying, you know, kind of keep them from being in a slump, you know,
Right.
because we were lacking that connectivity to people. And it was kind of like a live set, and then seeing people's comments and stuff. It's something about that whole virtualness that was still, I think we were able to adapt. And it was kind of like a surrogate.
Yes. And you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, looking at the comments and actually being inside of that inside of that realm at the time, I felt like I was in the club. I felt like I was there. I felt like, hey, I was like, hey, I meet you on that side of the club.
I'm coming through.
Right. I felt, and I never, to be honest with you, that was like really a changing and powerful moment, because I never thought being so distant can make you so close. I mean, I felt close to people who I never met before. Like, celebrities were in the chat room, and you felt like you knew the celebrities, or you were connected to the celebrities. So it was an awesome feeling. That right there was needed. I'll be honest with you, that was needed. It was awesome. I had a great time, and I'm pretty sure the world had a great time. And so to use that platform as far as DJing and connecting the people, that was awesome. Now I felt like the world, if I can be honest, I felt like the world was at a great place at that time. I felt like we were together in harmony. You know, it was just a great feeling.
And I'm gonna mention this, and I'm gonna stop because I could talk about this all night. Right. But like Versus platform,
right,
that posted on Instagram, genius. And even though not just hip hop, but when they brought Gladys and Patty up there,
now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this on Zoom. They get Anita Baker on there.
Oh, it's all right. But see, this is the thing. Okay, so everybody, there's certain artists that they can't bring nobody up against. Right. But this is what, now I'm gonna put it out there. I'm Mary J. Blige's biggest fan in the whole entire world. Okay.
Much respect.
Can't nobody battle Mary J. Right. But I suggest, and this is for the waves. Get this back to Mary J. Y'all let her know what I'm saying. I suggest Mary battle the fans and let us put up songs that we want to, play against what she gonna play.
Right.
Out of her catalog.
Right. And I like that.
Yeah, because can't nobody mess with Mary. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. No disrespect. But I think that, and again, like you said, watching the verses and being able to be amongst other celebrities as they're making their comments, and our comments are being seen all over the world.
Right.
I'm putting my comments up there, giving a shout out to my husband, on certain songs that Patty. And I'm like, wow, my stuff. I'm screenshotting my stuff up there with certain celebrity artists.
Right. Right. It felt good. It felt like a community, right? Like we were all connected. It was awesome.
Yeah, I felt like they knew me. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with it. I felt the same way.
Yeah. Natasha.
I'm just here watching. I know what I am. Ooh. Can I tell y'all what I'm doing? I'm the moderator. That's how they've been doing the moderators on the debates lately.
Taking over.
You don't get to say nothing. They ignore you. And they just
but you know what? That was a good segue, by the way.
Right. Speaking of, yeah. About that, Mr. Healthy Minds, you know what I'm saying? Go on, bring us home. What's your thoughts about the election 2020?
Listen, I want all my family, friends, viewers, people who are out in the world, in the U.S. I want you to vote who you feel as though is the best candidate for you and yours. Definitely exercise your right to vote, and again, just vote for who you feel as though is the best candidate. I'm not going to sway you. I'm just going to say vote. Exercise your power. That's
what's up. So, Mr. Jazz, what's up? I heard you could spit some bars, yo. What's up?
I do a little something.
Look. What you say? Well, speaking of, hold on, let me get myself together. Go ahead, Mr. Jazz. What you got for the people? You know what I'm saying?
Let me get some. No, I told him everything he knows.
You told me everything? You ain't lying. You told me a few things. Let me see here.
Clear that up.
What you waiting for? I can't wait no more. Death is inevitable. Don't matter if you're rich or poor. There's a prophecy with Christ. There's no democracy. Either live by the laws or suffer from the atrocity. I find that we live in off borrowed time, and obviously people get left behind who don't praise him at this velocity. It's blasphemy and mockery. How people use his name in vain instead of them trying to inspire change and doing things improperly. I used to kick it like a soccer team, sex, money, and drugs, and all kind of things. Till I saw my life was nasty like lima beans. Now I preach the truth to the youth and what the Messiah means. That's it.
I like lima beans.
Hold on. Drop the mic.
I like lima beans.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic on them. You know what I'm saying? What?
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic on them.
That was awesome. And I can say I seen the transition because I remember you was a hip hop rapper, and then
definitely was.
Then you started Praise God and you were Travis Green and all them, and that's the song right there.
I'm a firm believer now. I'm an artist I'm a firm believer of. You should always, I feel like you should rap about or write about your experiences, your true experiences, and what you're going through. And it was a point in my life where I was in that. And when I made the transition, I want to say when I matured and I made the transition, I could only rap about what I was going through, what I experienced. So I'm not living that life anymore. I live a different type of lifestyle. So not to say that I'm righteous. I'm a believer, and I think about doing the right things. And I think about my audience. I think about the message that I want to portray to my audience and what I want them to receive and how I want them to receive it. So I was just much more conscious and mindful of what I was doing. That's all.
I love it.
That's powerful. And also too, I think that's very responsible because like you mentioned, your words have power and influence on others.
Right.
So if you know who's listening to you, you know who's watching you, especially these young kids, out here that, you mentor. It's like you have you're in a different space in life where you have people looking up to you. So
definitely.
You have to be, you're more mindful of your message.
Yes. Yeah. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. So why not speak life? Why not speak life into to everyone, to anyone who listens to my music? So when I share my music, I want you to receive it and to grow from it, So that's what it's about. It's about growth.
Wow. That's what's up. It's the Healthy Minds himself.
Hey!
Thank you for joining us tonight on After the Talk. Yo, this was lit. This was
it was litty. They still say that? It was litty. I don't know. I'm just.
We don't know either. So don't try.
It was lit.
It's lit. Just lit. Okay.
She don't know. She don't know.
She
was just talking about it with bars a minute ago. So
bars. He's spitting bars. I know.
Right. Play the tape back. Play it back.
MCVIC. You know what I'm saying? Come see me.
I got a big card. But y'all, it was fun being the moderator tonight with this
conversation. Don't even try it. After talk. We're in a good space right now, yo. We're in a good space right now.
We're in a good space. Don't ruin that space.
I'm not. That's why I said it was great being the moderator for tonight. We'd like to thank you all for coming in, your supporters. And remember,
no doubt. I have fun actually being here and spreading the message and spreading the word and just being amongst, I call y'all family. So being amongst family, right? I've known y'all for years. So just being amongst family. So definitely a great time.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for always supporting. And again, talk about how everybody can continue to support.
Guys, if you want to support us every Monday night, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock p.m., we are here on Gravity Talks. Next week, our show is going to be about mental health and what, Vicky?
The barbershop. What? Big Kev that's going to join us on Monday night. Big Kev. And we got to tune in.
Yes, tune in. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be epic. I can't wait to hear because some of the brothers was looking kind of rough there for a couple of minutes. Couldn't go to that barbershop. Everybody was wearing hats and hoodies. Everybody was wearing hoodies. So I know they were going through, and I know they were people were trying to get them to come early to cut that hair, and they were holding out. But definitely, I can't wait for this discussion. It's going to be awesome. And also, what else we got going on? What I forgot. That's it. Okay. Well, remember,
I sponsor again Wanda Yarbrough for our shirts.
I was getting ready to say that.
Black woman, baby. What?
Yes, she made those shirts, so you guys can look her up and get one of those shirts. And definitely, if you would like to be a sponsor, please reach out to us because we would definitely support your business, show your materials, and let people know about your business and tell them, hey, support them, follow them, like them, and share. So, guys, have an awesome, awesome night, and we will see you on next Monday night. God bless you. Be safe and remember self-care.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.